Hey guys, how's it going? Duncan C75. I'm here with a video about EA coming out with a NHL 16 player ratings. This time we've got the top 10 right wingers. So we'll go through the whole list. I'll give you my opinion on what I think of the overall, whether I like it or not, and if I think that that the player deserves to be in the top 10. 6 categories are determined when they're rating their attributes: puck skills, senses, shooting, defense, skating, and physicality. I will not do my top 10 because there are way too many players that we could include in this list. So, like I said, I'm just going to give my opinion on the overall rating and if the specific player, deserves to be in that list or not. So we're going to start off with number 10, Jiri Hudler of the Calgary Flames, 88 overall. I'll be honest with you, he had a good season, but I wouldn't give him more than an 87. And personally, I don't think he deserves to be in the top 10. Don't get me wrong, he is a good player, he is skilled, but I think that 88 is just a bit too much. Like I said, he had an excellent season last year, but I think that some other players deserve to be in his position. But overall, good player. I think that any team in the NHL wouldn't mind having him in their team. So that's for Jiri Hudler. Number 9, we've got Kyle Okposo of the New York Islanders, 88 overall. Deserves that 88. Deserves to be in the top 10. Power forward for the New York Islanders. I can't see him being any lower or any higher. I think that rating is absolutely perfect for Kyle Okposo. He was injured last year, but when he bounces back this year and if he manages to play all 80 games, he's a guy who could potentially get almost 1 point per game when he plays on the same line as John Tavares. Number 8, we have Blake Wheeler of the Winnipeg Jets at 89 overall. I truly believe that he deserves to be in the top 10, but I still wouldn't give him more than an 88 overall. It's not much of a difference, I know, but I'm just saying that I think that 89 is just a bit too high for Blake Wheeler. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. He too, any team in the NHL, of course, would take him. But him being at 89 overall, I don't think so. Being a top 10, yes, for sure. But that's my opinion, That's why I'm doing this video. Alright, so that's for Blake Wheeler. Number 7, Rick Nash of the New York Rangers, 89 overall. He deserves that 89, but he does not deserve any more. He came back to being the natural scorer. He is sniper. And when the playoffs, like usual in the playoffs, he was just a ghost. Was it his first playoffs actually last year? I don't know, first or second? In any case, we just did not see him during the playoffs. That does not validate his 89 overall, but overall, I think he deserves that 89. He's a good power forward / sniper, and he definitely belongs in the top 10 right wingers in the NHL. In 6th position here, we have Phil Kessel of the Pittsburgh Penguins. God, it feels weird to say Phil Kessel, the Pittsburgh Penguins, when he used to play for the Toronto Maple. Who are those guys? The Maple Leafs? Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, so we've got Phil Kessel here. 89 overall. I would have given him a 90. He deserves that 90. I think he was at 90 last year. Doesn't deserve to go down. It's not because the Maple Leafs had a bad season that his overall has to be affected. I can only imagine the numbers he's going to put up with Crosby. Most certainly 1 point per game, and I'm saying he's going to hover around 40 goals, So I think that Kessel is definitely a top 10. No questions asked whatsoever. But I think he deserves a 90 overall. In 5th spot, Marian Hossa, Chicago Blackhawks. 90 overall. Okay, to me, first of all, he is a top 10. But Hossa is going to start slowing down. And 90, I would say 89 now. But then again, it's debatable. The 90 does not bother me, but if you would ask me, I would give him an 89. But yeah, that's that, He is getting older. He's still a very talented player. But now he's going to play with the Chicago Blackhawks team that has lost a lot of players. We don't even know if Kane is going to play this year because of the, why. I'm not going to get into the details. But anyways, long story short, Hossa is a definite top 10. At his age, he's still an amazing player. I would have given him an 89 player, but I'm not going to cry over that 90. Number 4, Voracek of the Philadelphia Flyers. 90 overall, definitely deserves it. He led the NHL in point scoring for a while, I think, last year. I know I had him in my poll. Glad I picked him up. I picked him up in the later rounds of our draft, and yeah, what a steal it was for me. In any case, deserves the 90 overall, is definitely a top 5 in the NHL. The only thing is that now he's going to have to start backing it up year after year. That's the only thing he has to do. Prove that he is a 90 overall, prove that he is an elite right winger, and prove that he's among the top scorers in the NHL year after year. But that he's well deserving 90 overall, and yeah, I have nothing else to say about that. Number 3, Vladimir Tarasenko of the St. Louis Blues. 91 overall. We saw how sick that player is last year. But mind you, you know what? I would give him a 90. I think that it's going up just a bit too quickly for him. But it's like Voracek, you know. I won't really make a big case about it. But I'd feel more comfortable giving him a 90. But still, great player, skillful player. God, this guy is just insane, you know. I didn't believe in this guy, and last year when I saw him playing and all that, I kept saying to myself, please let this guy be a fluke, because I don't know, I just wouldn't buy it. I just didn't want to believe it. But no, he's proved that he's an elite right winger. But like Voracek, he's going to have to prove season after season that he deserves that overall rating, and that he can be amongst the top scorers in the NHL. Number 2, Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. The controversial Patrick Kane, although we do not know if he is guilty or not. So I have no problem with him. Whatever happens, happens. We don't know anything right now. So let's just talk about the player himself. Very skilled player. Most likely the best hands in the NHL right now. It's debatable with Pavel Datsyuk, but still, he's got crazy hands. Personally, I would have boosted him to 93 overall. Personally. And for me, he would have been my number 1 overall. But Patrick Kane is the elite as a right winger. Too bad he got injured last year. He had 64 points in 61 games. He very easily could have been in contention for the Art Ross Trophy with Jamie Benn for top scorer in the NHL, if it had not been for his injury. So yeah, Patrick Kane, I would have given him a 93 and the first spot overall. And talk about the first spot overall here, Corey Perry of the Anaheim Ducks. 92 overall is, I think it's perfect for him for a 92 overall, but he does not belong in first place. I think that Kane with that 93 should have taken over the top spot. Doesn't matter. Corey Perry's got great hands. An X50 goal scorer. I mean, him and Getzlaf are just deadly on the same line. So he is an elite right winger. He's proved it over and over again. And he is a top 3 for sure. No questions asked. So guys, that is the top 10 that EA came out with. I have a few honorable mentions. You guys might not necessarily agree with me. Not players that necessarily would have made the top 10, but you could have considered. Even though he didn't play that much in the NHL, I would have said Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Mark Stone as a rookie, yeah, I think I'd give him an 87 overall at most. You'd have to think about also Radim Verbata. Even though he did play a bit with the Sedins, he still put up some pretty good numbers with the Canucks last year. You cannot deny Jordan Eberle. With the shitty Edmonton team, he still was top scorer for the Oilers. He had 63 points in 81 games. I know it's not only about stats, but he is a very skillful player. Other players that you might also want to take into consideration here. I mean, Jerome Iginla is getting old, but I mean, for a guy of his age at 59 points in 82 games with the Avalanche, pretty impressive because the Avalanche were pretty bad last year. And another player I have to mention, Patrick Hornqvist. You're going to say, yeah, but he played with Malkin and Crosby. True, but that player still put up good numbers, and he's a pretty decent right winger himself. So that's it, guys. That's my video on the top right wingers of the NHL, the top 10 from EA. So, of course, when EA comes out with the centers and the left wings, I will do the videos. So that is it. Duncan C75 signing out, saying thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like and comment my videos, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.